Hello there, my name's Angela. The National Churches Trust have asked me to produce a series of videos to help the people that care for churches produce better photographs of their church and ultimately get more people exploring churches. So most of the advice I'll be giving you today will apply to most makes of camera and most models of smartphone. If you want very specific advice for your particular model, I suggest that you go to Google or to YouTube and you search, but you also search for the most recent articles, and you can also search specifically for videos on Google to find very, very graphical, very easy to understand help. So you've taken all these lovely photos on your smartphone or your digital camera. How do you get them onto your desktop or your laptop so that you can start working on them and promoting your church? So the obvious way is to plug the cable from your device into your laptop, and then you can obviously download the whole batch. When I only have, say, 2 or 3 photos to send, I usually email them from my phone. That's a really easy approach. There are also some free-to-use software out there which enables you to upload to the cloud from your phone or your camera and then download onto your laptop or PC. The one I use is Google Photos, which automatically takes photos off my phone and off my husband's phone and puts them into the cloud where we can both access them on our computers if we need to. What's also handy about Google Photos is they allow some quite sophisticated editing of the photos. They also allow you, with just a few clicks, to clear up space on your phone, meaning that you don't have to go through the hassle of deleting photos individually or remembering to do that. There's also Dropbox, which pretty much allows the same thing, and both these services are free. So one of the more unusual tips I give people is that when you're taking a photograph and you notice there's a blank area in the environment, that can be a good thing. For example, with this photograph here of this lady's head, there's quite a lot of black to the right there. When I took that photograph, I did think to myself, that blank area is going to be useful to create a poster for this church because it gives you a blank space to put your text in. Other photographs that can be used in this way are sort of minimalist photos and photos with patterns in, such as a diamond stained glass window, such as this example, or church tiles, or perhaps a close-up of the organ pipes in your church. These can all be used as the backdrop to an image on a poster to promote your church because it instantly says church, but it doesn't overwhelm the text that you're trying to put there. When you've got your photos, how are you going to use them? There's a very handy and again free-to-use app online called Canva. When you go onto Canva, you have all sorts of template options such as invitations, flyers, booklets, postcards, everything a church could need for promotional work. And with Canva, you are able to swap their photo for your photo, change their text for your text, and very quickly get yourself quite a nice looking piece of graphic design which you can then send off to a printers. Another great thing about Canva is it offers lots of social media ready templates, exactly the right size for a Facebook post or for your Twitter header. So it takes the guesswork out of knowing what size those kind of images should be and help you formulate a good Facebook post as well with the templates they provide. If you're not comfortable with Canva, you can of course upload your photographs into Word and create posters that way. If you're not comfortable with Word, you can just print your photographs out, have them printed at the chemist, very old school, and put them onto a piece of paper and write your poster on there. So there's many ways of using your photographs to get messages out to your community. It doesn't have to all be high-tech all the time. So now you've got a batch of fantastic photographs of your church. So how can you use them? Well, there's many ways to use those photographs to get good messages out about your church. Obviously, there's press releases that you can send to the local and regional press. For anything you're doing, you've got a great photo to go with it now, and that makes it much more likely to be used. You can create posters and invitations about your church. You can create souvenir items such as postcards, greeting cards, or even calendars if you have 12 good photographs, one for every month, of course. You can make use of your photographs in leaflets on your church, which could be about something specific, a one-off event, or it could be about the history of your church. You can use them in banners outside your church to say church open, everybody welcome. And if you speak to a local printer, they can often help with the design as part of the cost of producing these leaflets and banners. So you can use your photographs on your notice board within your church, outside your church and in the wider community. This will make your church seem to be a very welcoming place, not just to the people that are naturally inclined to visit churches, but to people that might not consider doing so. You can also use your wonderful collection of church photographs to put together a short presentation on your church, and perhaps get together with a group of local historians to do a small slideshow on the history of your church. And you can show this slideshow as part of a welcome evening and raise some funds. Once you've taken a fantastic set of photographs of your church, there are many places that you can share it online. Obviously, there's the Explore Churches website from the National Churches Trust. The National Churches Trust, who are behind these set of videos, would love you to upload the fantastic photographs you're taking of your church to their Explore Churches website, which is fast proving to be a fantastic database of churches that people can visit across the UK. So make sure your church is in there and make sure your fantastic photographs are showcased. You also may have or may consider having a website for your church or group of churches. You can also go for the main social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter and Instagram and share your photographs on there. You can also submit your photographs to your local tourism websites. It's likely that your council will run a tourism website for your area and will be keen to see great photographs of local churches to add there. There's also the facility to upload your photographs to Wikipedia. Anybody can do this if you register as an editor. And the Wikipedia page for your town and village can include your excellent photographs and story of your church to encourage more visitors. Finally, Google Maps and Google Street View are also another place where you can upload photographs of your church to make it much easier for people to visit and encourage them to visit your church. So obviously, in an ideal world, you should be able to take a photograph that's beautifully composed, well lit, in focus, not wonky, not cluttered, all those things. But occasionally, when you get back home, you notice that you've missed something, and you do have the ability to edit some of those mistakes out. So even with the basic inbuilt editing facilities that most smartphones have, you should be able to correct quite a few of the mistakes you may make when taking photographs. So here we are with the iPhone, and if I just click the edit button top right, you can see there's a facility to crop your photo, and you can also adjust if it's slightly wonky. So you have lots of inbuilt filters that can dramatically change the look of your photo, including turning it into quite a stark contrast black and white. Within this button here, you'll find that you can change the light, the color, and you can use black and white effects on your photograph. So if you have a photograph that is quite dark, you can rescue it after you've taken it and lighten it up. Or, of course, you can make a photo that's a little bit too overexposed darker. However, it's always best to attempt to get the best photo you can when you're actually taking it.